Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Anno 1800. Ditchwater has changed quite massively, quite substantially, and it's looking a lot better for it, as you can see here. We've also added 2 new ships to our fleet, just while I've been doing bits and pieces. So let's dive in and see what things look like now. So I've rearranged all of my farms and stuff, and the demand and things is just about sorted out now. So our marketplace is full up and people have lots of access to everything that they need. So we're looking a lot stronger. Bricks is something that I'm going to need to work on though. So we can see here we've got a clay pit over here that is outputting quite a bit. We have the drill effect, which increases the productivity, and our brickworks are the same. So they have a decent processing time. It takes 1 minute to produce bricks, and if we have a look at the clay pit again, it takes around about 24 seconds to produce clay. So with that in mind, having 2 brickworks helps with our production of bricks, but because we've done a lot of expansion, our bricks are in need of kind of like increasing stuff. We did add 1 more depot to our harbour, and we've done a few quests which have given us a few more upgrade stuff. So if we go down here, where is it? Where's my harbour master's office? I have a harbour master's office somewhere, I think. Maybe I don't know. There it is, the harbour master's office. We got a bruiser which affects all trading posts and piers. It increases the harbour activity by 10%, and every time a passive trade happens at the trading post, there's a chance to gain 5 tons of grain, hops, potatoes, grapes, or red peppers, which is a decent little buff for us. If we have a quick look at our town hall though as well, you can see we have 2 people here. We've got a water carrier, which decreases the chance of fire for buildings in the vicinity, which is really good. We've also got a generous innkeeper, which provides bonus income from the pub. And it's really good. It also allows us to have all of the residences in this area provided with the church buff as well. So even though we do have a church here, the pub also gives access to that church buff as well. Looking over at where else do we have any additional stuff? We actually do have another one in our town hall, but we aren't quite ready for that yet. We've got a comedian, which affects the variety theatre. It reduces the maintenance cost by 75%. The variety theatre we are ready to build, but we need 50 bricks to actually do that, so we don't have the upgrade cost available for it. We don't have the build cost available for that right now. We rejigged this industrial area right now, and I've also added some decorative items just to make it look a bit better. And you'll see as well a lot of my other areas have decoration in them now too. So it's looking a lot better. There's a lot more going on here, and it seems a little bit more streamlined. It also means that our artisans are performing quite well, and I then adjusted my construction menu to make it a bit easier for me to see where I'm going to be building things, because I found this much easier. So we have the variety theatre. We also have the sewing machine production chain, which we can lean into, but our current artisan population has only just started requiring this. So they want sewing machines, and the required good can be produced in both old and new world. So if we look at our sewing machine production here, you can see we've got the iron mine, we've got the coal mine and the furnace, we've got wood. So all we need to do is build the sewing machine factory. Now we do need 150 artisans for that, and we don't quite have enough yet. So we're going to have to lean into that a little bit more. So I'm going to put my sewing machine factory over here. It might impact the coal production that we've got going on there. So if we just flip it around and we'll put it kind of like somewhere nearby here, we have lost a bit of relationship with Beryl there, but that's fine. And then we'll put in a brand new dirt road that goes along to this sewing machine factory. So most of my industry is out here in this woodland area. You'll also notice that we've got some oil springs here, which is going to be really useful for us later on. I did do a bit of research and looking into how I can get the best out of the game and improve my skills in it. So that has kind of been very helpful. We're going to upgrade some residences here, and then we should, well, we need 2 bricks to do that, but you can see now our artisan population will start to increase. Looking at these artisans here, they're just getting in enough canned food, and then that should see some population of artisans move in as well. If we have a look at our current artisan population here, we've got 24 in this one. In terms of their happiness, they do want that variety theatre, so it's really important that we build that really soon. Looking at our quest book here, we need to complete a mission to the New World. The Kulisama Canal one we're not going to do yet, but finding Isabel Sarmento is the part of our main quest. But we also unlocked raising the Docklands. So if we build a public mooring, we're going to go over to our harbour here, and you can see we have the sailing shipyard, the depot, which we've already built. We've got a pier, we've also got the Docklands. So if we go into Docklands here, you'll see that we can build a main wharf for the Docklands. And I'm going to build this down here so that we can get people coming in. And once that's put in place, you're going to find, well, we got an overlapping radius, so we can't build the main wharf there. For some reason. Do we have a Docklands main wharf already? No, we don't. Right, okay, so the Docklands main wharf needs to go somewhere where we have a free harbour area. It won't let me build it when the radius is overlapping something else. And it let me put it in place before, so now it won't let me do that. Free harbour area needed. Right, okay. It could well be because it's such a... Is there another landing place that we can put this? Or are we just unable to build it here right now? Let's have a quick look. Right, okay, so nothing going on. Oh, okay, so it's actually something that we can build on the water. Still saying overlapping radius there. Yeah, so the overlap, what is the radius that it's overlapping? It's this. I think it's our medium trading post. So if we can move that trading post along, let's just click our relocate button and try and move this a bit further along here. We can get it to there. Then, if we just... oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. I keep doing that. I keep thinking the space button is the pause button, but it's absolutely not. And now you see we've got a weird little glitch here. There we go. We're back up and running. And then we'll pull this road along to here. And then if we put another road that goes up along here. There we go. Now everything else should get back in. So we can relocate a few of these other buildings. So I'm just going to do that now. We'll relocate that as well. So pushing these along to here, including the Harbour Master's office, which we'll put there, and then the storage, which we'll put there. Then we can just adjust the harbour area a little bit. I'm going to build a big quay that comes along here. And another one just to fill in this blank space. There we go. Then we'll put our quay back in there. And that should now allow us to build our Docklands area, the main wharf, over here somewhere. It does say overlapping radius still. We can build it right on the edge there. We can even put it here. We put it there. Then we can put in a quay just behind it all. And we'll make this a fairly big quay that kind of comes up onto the land, going all the way along there. That's better. Okay, cool. Right, so once that is built, we'll be able to start kind of making some adjustments to this. I'm just going to add in extra bits here just to finish it all off. That's nice. Right, good. So what do we need for this? We need... What are we missing? Modules. So we need the wood, and then we can add in some extra bits like the main wharf we build, and then we need to add 3 modules to this. So we've got an exports office, a repair crane, a harbour master, a pier, and a depot. Now this changes everything really, because we can adjust what we have in here. If we add more modules into it, we're going to be able to put in some other stuff. We've also got a building here, the public mooring, and we just need free coast on that. So we can put our public mooring here, around about where the Harbour Master's office kind of ends. So we'll put that in there. Nope, doesn't let me do that. What about here? Still says I need free coast. Ah, there. Okay. Will this now kind of interfere with some of the other buildings? Can I put one just here? There we go. Right, we can put a public mooring right there on the end. We do need to add some more to that, so that will allow visitors to come to our city. There's no connection to this, so we need to sort that out. We'll put a road that comes along here. There we go. And that gets everything done. Excellent. Right. Our workers, we've kind of lost a few, so we're going to need to have a look at that. That could be to do with... Is our market struggling right now? We have sewing machines being created somehow, What do we need? Who actually works in the sewing machine factory? It is artisans, so that's something that we do need to continue working on. We should be able to upgrade some more buildings, though, to bring in some more artisans, which is good. And then, if we just finish upgrading these last few buildings, maybe, now that we've got artisans, we might get some more moving in. So that should see our sewing machine production go into a better kind of looking thing. Right, good. And we now have an airborne circumnavigation of the globe completed. Right, we are behind, but we now have a new city status. We have reached city status, which is good. Ditchwater is no longer kind of being called Ditchwater, really. It's not a ditch. Well, it seems that I'm famous, but I'm not in this for kudos. My dream is to connect the four corners of the world, so I'm making my designs available to everyone, your good self included. Well, that's nice of you, isn't it? But I'm really not too bothered about that. So let me get on with my stuff. So finding Isabel Sarmento is the quest that we need to do. The Island of Prosperity appears to be the cause of your father's troubles. He was accused of selling it to Isabel Sarmento, the leader of an independence movement. Despite her opposition to Queen and Empire, Sir Archibald believes that if her hideout can be found, it's possible she may be willing to cooperate. We recommended that we take some rations. We have navigation. That's going to be difficult. Naval power, because there's hostile ships, and hunting. Okay, so we're going to assign a ship. We are going to take the HMS Solo. And then we're going to need, we have a mate, which is good. That was something that we also got from someone else. Now we're going to need rations. So in terms of rations, we're going to take some bread. And we also need hunting, so we probably need to take guns, but cannons doesn't work. We can't hunt with cannons. There doesn't seem to be anything we can use to actually hunt with. I don't think. If we have a look at hunting, we've got coal. Coal actually does help us, so that's good to know. Flour will also help, and clay. But we'll take some coal. We've got naval power. We've got navigation. We don't need to take the comedian. And then we will start our expedition. Good. Right, so the HMS Solo now heads off on its expedition. It's going to come in, it's going to grab what it needs, and then it is going to leave port. Right, okay. So I'm not entirely sure if that's how expeditions actually work, but that's good to know. Our workforce has kind of dropped a little bit in terms of workers. Have we got people leaving? Is there a drop in happiness or needs? Yes, bread. So we just need to recover our bread stores. It's probably because we loaded so much up into our expedition. But if we have a quick look now at our ship menu, you can see here that HMS Solo is off on its route. Okay, good. Right, so we now need to have a look at what we can do in terms of our quests, the main wharf, and the Docklands modules. So I think we should probably build a new clay mine. And that is going to involve adding in some new buildings. We're going to need more in terms of population. So we're going to put a clay mine there. And then we're going to put 2 brick factories right next to it. And then we need to build a warehouse as well. A small warehouse can go here. We'll then build a road that comes along here. And I think we're going to need 2 bridges. So this road here, we're going to carry on down here and across the way, and that's going to continue across to here. There we go. Then we've got some houses that we're going to need to build. There's another clay pit there that we can use to boost our brick production. It says that there's no warehouse in range there, but I think it's because there's no road, so we'll put that in. There we go. They now have a warehouse in range, but we do have a large shortage of workers. And I think probably the best place to build our new farmers' residence is going to be up here. And my plan really is to just keep doing this, building more farmers' residences, and then we'll link these up with the road. And what I'd like to do is, obviously I would like most of my artisan population to be in and around the city centre, and then as we go to the outskirts have more workers. Now, the workers we do need to upgrade, so let's go to our upgrade tool, and we'll just draw a big circle around this lot. They will all upgrade to artisans. Obviously, that sees our worker population drop down a little bit. We'll just speed things up because once we get more workers moving into here, if we just see where our marketplace goes, it does just about reach those workers there, so that's good. And we should start seeing more workers coming into there. Then we should see more workers coming in here and farmers going into that area. So that should see the populations kind of sort themselves out. Then over here, we're just going to, once we're able to, upgrade these workers to artisans. But again, we're waiting for the bread to stock back up. And at the moment, we've got more wheat than we are producing bread. So if we look at our flour mill, they produce every 30 seconds. And our bakery produces every 1 minute. So another bakery might actually help solve these issues. So if we go into our public services, bread, and build a second bakery, they should make better use of that flour. But again, you see it affects our workforce, and we need more workers to work in that, which is why we need to continue to upgrade stuff. So looking at our farmer population, that is now dipped out. That's good and increasing. The worker workforce is going up as well because they're getting access to the things that they need, which I think included bread. Yes, it is. It does. Not it is. But bread is a bit of an issue. We are going to hopefully get that sorted with the addition of this second bakery. And you can see now that the productivity is starting to increase a little bit. We are 4 workers short there though, so we just need a few more workers to get involved in that, and then that should be good. Right, we have a latest edition of a newspaper. We've got a lack of artisanship, so we're just going to edit that. We're going to hypnotize these people to make them happier, publish that, and away we go. Excellent. Right, so looking at our worker workforce, it is dropping down a little bit now, which is not good. We still have the artisan shortage, but hopefully, if we have a quick look here, it's bread again that is the issue. Let's have a quick look. Beer, I'm fine with. So if we go to bread, let's bring bread into this equation here. Where is it? There it is. Let's have a quick look at bread. So if I go to my marketplace and hover over bread, it does tell me that it is starting to get up to a max, which is good. We are being attacked by Anno, which is not good. So we'll have the Castilla come up here and pick this up. That was our frigate. Did we lose a ship? The Lord and Lady, where are you? You're there. We've got the Castilla. We've got the Starfish. We've got the Penguin. I don't know where my other ship has gone. Has my expedition failed? I would have got a warning about that, surely. So I don't think it's failed. I think we're okay. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. One of our expeditions is underway. Good. Right, okay. So if we have a quick look at the finding Isabel Sarmento, we've had 1 day on the high seas. We are on our expedition now. Oh, wow. Okay. So our ship made it. We are now starting to increase the bread that we have in storage, which is great. And I think that's pretty good. Good. Right, okay. You can see here our population is now on parity. We have 40 bricks, which means we can actually build our variety theatre. Now, the reason I want to do that soon and not move into getting these done is I'd rather have everything kind of set up and ready for my citizens before I start thinking about tourism. If we look at rum as well, we've actually fulfilled the luxury need for rum. But what we also need to do is have a look at what we can do to increase our population. Starsburg, currently, we actually need to change the displayed goods here to an agricultural product called hops. It might be time to build a second hops farm. Simply because I have enough people to do that with. And trading hops to the mainland is a very important thing that we're looking to do. So if we go to our copy now, there's been an explosion at the weapon factory in Ditchwater. There is fire, but we do have fire engines in attendance, so that should be okay. They should solve that and get that under control very quickly. We're then going to copy. Do I need to copy it, or should I just build a new hop field outright? Yeah, we'll just copy this building here, and then we'll build some more hop fields right here. Then if we have a quick look, we can just about put in our brand new hops field there, and we'll have it kind of come up and along the back there. That takes it up to 96. That's still at 96. That is at 92. Let's just take it up to 96 and make it a bit of an odd shape. Good, right, so we've got a hop field, but there's nothing in range in terms of a warehouse, so we can add in another warehouse right here. And that takes people to work there. Good, so our hops will now be produced quite rapidly. We've got 20 farmers working there. We could also duplicate this again and take the entire field this time, or just the hops production itself. We don't want to interfere with any of the other production that's going on there. So let's put this in here, and we'll have our new hops field go along here to the edge of the cliff there. And then it's going to come up here to there. Then we can fit in the last one to take it up to 96. Good. And they just need a road. And that actually fulfills, everyone now has a job in Starsborg. And we just need a warehouse. So we'll put a small warehouse there, which people can work in. It's fine. Then, yeah, good. Right, okay, let's just check on our expedition here. We're doing all right. We have been at the high seas for 7 days now. Looking all right. Good. So now we're going to be really overproducing our hops, which we can trade back to Ditchwater. If we have a quick look at the Ditchwater hops storage here, they have 200 units of hops in stock, which means we can actually produce a lot of beer. So we didn't necessarily need that, but it might be something that we look at for our next one. So we've got an uncharted island here with nitra deposits. We've got hops, we've got grain and potatoes. There are also natural resources in the form of iron and coal and limestone. Lots of limestone here, and iron again. So I think this might be an island that we look to settle. Be a big resource production for us. And then there's a very small island over here with clay, coal, iron, copper, and coal. So this could be another one that we deposit, we settle on as well. And then further afield, what have we got here? There are some furs, grapes. Yeah, so I think settling these 4 local islands, these 3 remaining local islands, will be a good idea. So what do we need to do again to settle on this island? I'm going to take my flagship over here, the Starfish. We're first going to head over to here on this unsettled island, and we're going to sail over there, see what's going on. Plenty of bricks now being produced in Ditchwater. How did that fire go? We lost 1 building, so we're just going to rebuild that, and then we are going to finally build our variety theatre, and in our town hall, we're going to put the comedian to work. So now our theatre is built. That takes us back down to 19 bricks, but we can get this other stuff up and running very soon. Now, here, I'm going to simply settle a trading post. We're going to build it right here. I need 10 units of planks and 8 steel girders. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head back home. We're going to pick up the stuff that we need, and our expedition requires our attention. So what do they need from us? The Iron Dragon. Cornered by a fearsome Pyphorian vessel, your expedition has reached South America at last, and the crew are looking forward to some well-earned rest. Night has fallen, and your ship is already in the tranquil bay when the lookout screams behind us. There, looming in the darkness, gleams a dragon of iron, its nostrils livid with fire. It's the vessel that killed Mr. Good, but this one must be twice as large. We are at their mercy. However, the bay is hidden from the bright gaze of the moon, and it is possible that the dragon has not yet spotted you. If you choose to show yourself, you cannot expect to be a match for the dragon, only to somehow hinder it long enough to flee. So we can either take advantage of the darkness, or fight our way out. Now, our naval power gives us a 20% success chance bonus, but our hunting only gives us a 15% bonus success chance. So I think we'll fight our way out. Your aim is true, but the dragon is gathering its hot breath. To engage the hulking vessel is a humbling experience. The size, the power, the feet-thick armoured hull that your ordnance seems to only limply bounce off. The crew seem defeated until they realise their precise fire at the dragon's stern, while showing no external sign of damage, appears to have caused a problem in the engine room. As a response, masked figures rush to prime the beastly mouth, a great cannon of fire. You must act quickly. We can either maintain our fire or take a chance to flee the bay. We have a 20% chance of each of them, so I'm going to maintain my fire. Your aim isn't quite as good this time. Your shots roll over the solid iron deck like balls of ivory on a bagatelle board, barely making a dent. The Iron Dragon's mouth yawns wide above your little boat, and from it the first plume of fire melts the men at the taffrail. The 2 holes are close enough for boarding, but there are just too many of the rogues. Your only options are to cause confusion by throwing some of your stink pot grenades or to target the flaming cannon itself. So again, we have a 20 and a 15. We're going to actually try this time and aim some grenados towards the enemy deck. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to try and disable their cannon. The shot is good, but it takes too long to line up. Your ship is too close to the dragon's mouth when it's hit, and the eruption of flaming debris is most violent. Your own ship and men are on the receiving end, taking damage and suffering casualties. Luckily, there is chaos enough aboard the Pyphorian ship for your crew to hightail it out of the bay. The expedition may be free to find Sarmento now, but it is worrying that Pyphorians always seem to be one step ahead, and are possessed of such fearful machinery. Your crew set up camp in a secluded inlet further up the coast, where they bury the dead and begin repairs to the ship. Our captain awaits our command. So we can either provide extra rations and continue, we can continue, or we can return home. We are going to provide extra rations and continue. So our expedition continues in earnest. Our flagship is heading home to collect iron, steel beams, and wood. Then we're going to have a look at what we need to build these things. So we can actually build our public mooring, so we're going to do that now. And Hannah is very helpful, appreciative of it, even though it is apparently overdue. Thanks, Hannah. I always appreciate your candor. So our public mooring will actually allow visitors to come to our little town of Ditchwater. And I think we probably need to change the name of our town. We're going to bring some timber aboard, and we're also going to bring those steel beams on board as well. Then we're going to head back to this island and finally settle it. So we're going to head over to this little inlet here where I had found it. And then we're going to go, we've got a pirate just hanging around there, but I don't think they're sailing away from us, so that's okay. Then if we do our final thing, we've got a little quest there that we can pick up, but we need to rename Ditchwater. We are going to change it from Ditchwater to Sanctuary. I think that's a nice place to start. Why not call it Sanctuary? Not a Fallout reference, by the way. So if we have a look here, you can see our tendency is 276. So we'll get around about 276 attractiveness from that. So every time a shipment visit, there's a chance that a guest will appear. Guests are specialists who are willing to join our city. We currently have a 0% chance or 0% probability of having guests come in. I am going to build a little dock here, a little extension of our pier if I can, but it doesn't look like I actually can, so that's fine. It's just going to have to stay as it is. But we have our public mooring now, and we can now focus on gathering up enough steel and brickwork to get that done. So let's have a quick look at our steelworks, which is currently producing 45 seconds. We get a steel beam. The iron mine produces every 15 seconds, but there's currently no production there, and I think that is because we have far too much iron stored here. Yeah, we have 200 units of iron. So unless we build another one of these, I'm going to copy this. We're going to put it here. In fact, let's rotate it and put quite a few in. Like that. There we go. We're going to just change the skin on that one. We need 10 bricks to finish that off. We're then going to build a little bit more of a pier that goes along there. So that will... Ooh, we have the devil to pay. Another expedition requiring our attention. So we might have found Sarmento. I'll mark her on the map with an S, says local man Ramon, whom Sir Archibald sent to accompany. Why not an X, says the captain, with an air of disappointment. Sarmento, says Ramon, his eyes sparkling with life. Finding her is key to everything. Having travelled for many days along the New World coast, it is now time to decide how you will travel on from here. Ahead, a broad brown river mouth invites you upstream, its perils waiting unseen beyond its bends. Perhaps a route overland will be more forgiving, says the navigator, hopefully. One look at the dark and foreboding line of trees would suggest nothing could be further from the truth. But which is the lesser of two evils, Admiral? So there's no skill needed. We can either take the ship upriver or head into the jungle. We're going to take the ship upriver. The Pythorian dragon is back on your tail. It seems hard to believe at first, but the distinct chugging of an engine and the black smudge of smoke above the ragged line of clawfoot mangroves are unmistakable. Your men, who had settled long enough to admire a proliferation of yellow flowers on the southern bank, suddenly find themselves at the mercy of twin horrors. Beyond the next bend are a set of devious rapids frothing down towards you, and with the Pythorian dragon fast approaching, time is in short supply. There's a very narrow breach at one side through which a vessel capably navigated may just about fit. Alternatively, blasting the high cliffs could block the Pythorian's way. So we have a 20% success of both of these, so we're actually going to fire the sails and power up the rapids. Let's go. Your navigator picks up plenty of speed, which is remarkable since there seems to be little wind on the river today. The line of approach is good too, squeezing your ship between the two craggiest protuberances of rock as your vessel rides up several tiers of rapids with little more than a bump. Though a steamer might be better suited to the task, the Iron Dragon makes no attempt to pursue. Your captain is quick to praise the great skill of your navigator, rather than face the troubling possibility that the Pythorians know of a greater danger to come. The river has taken you as far as it can, and you must decide whether to continue across a marsh of uncertain depth, or as Ramon suggests, head through a nearby network of caves. We're going to go through the caves. Ramon apologizes, but it's not his fault. You've descended too far and are forced to squeeze on your bellies through mud and guano. A claustrophobe faints. After a few exhausting hours, all emerge into a seemingly unremarkable clearing above the S marked on your map. But what's this? A young sailor reveals a mossy bunker in the forest carpet, long since deserted. He laughs. Your information must be out of date, Ramon. Many years out of date, calls a voice from the trees. There is a rustle of foliage as rifles poke through all around. You, a cowled man, appears and points in your direction. Come with us. You are shackled and blindfolded, and after a short boat journey, you find yourself before the woman you believe to be Isabel Sarmento. Who are you, she demands, and why are you here? I am the child of Samuel Good. Isabel's eyes flash with anger. So, they call your father a traitor for selling it to us, the pesky rebels, and now you've come here to do the right thing and take it back? Your father should have thought of that before he sold it. A deal is a deal. It is a confession that the deal has not, in any respect, been a good one. She picks up the barrel and pours wine over your head. Maybe I'll take all my rage out on you. Even if it was my father, the Pythorians must have forced him to sell. Isabel puts the barrel down, stabbing her boot knife in to plug the hole. Then you are against the Pythorians. I heard reports they tried to stop you with an iron dragon. I did not believe it, and yet you've risked your life to come here. Isabel motions her guards to release you. I should at least hear what you're planning to do about all of this. Excellent. Right. So, we have found Isabel in the new world. That's very, very pleasing. We also have just achieved a population of 2,000 on a single island. I just had an achievement pop up. I don't know if you saw it there or it appeared on your screen. And here we go. We have found Isabel Sarmento. And the island is an absolute wreck. Pythorians seem to have destroyed it, burned it to the ground. And I think this is a good place to end it. So, while we watch this little cutscene, I just want to thank you all again for watching. I love this game. I've had a lot of time playing it, a lot of fun playing it. Now that I'm kind of getting to grips with the supply and demand sort of thing, this is one of the things, like, because I go in blind with a lot of games, there is a lot of stuff I miss when I'm recording. So to spend a little bit of time just redeveloping and getting that city back is good. So next episode, we are going to finish settling our islands, and we're going to think a little bit more about this conspiracy against the Empire. And now the Pythorians seem to be our major enemy in this. But it has been a fun episode, and hopefully we can do more very soon. Oh look, Isabel has a really nice little settlement here with oil fields by the looks of things. Anyway, thank you all again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.